Whoa. Hey guys, how's it going? Alright guys, welcome to this live broadcast with Kazi from Clever Programmer. And in this video we're going to talk a little bit about how you can go and become a Python developer in months and not years. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so guys, unbelievable. So yeah, we're going to discuss all of those things in this video. Okay, but I just gotta kind of talk about this for the first time in my life ever. My computer is just not working. So I got to my office. That's where I am right now. Got to my office, literally like turning on my computer, and it just shuts off. So the broadcast starts at 4, and then that's why I came on a few minutes later. So I'm doing this from my phone right now. Hopefully it's working well from the phone. How is it looking on your guys' end? I know, Austin. I know. Sorry, man. Eid Mubarak. Sweet. Okay, if anybody is having trouble, kind of let me know. But that's good to know that it's working all right. Looks good. Beautiful. Alright guys, so yeah, I want to kind of cover a lot of things in this one, but I just want to go through most of the things step by step. Let me make it a little bit better. Hopefully my phone won't fall. I like set it up on my tripod and then it's like hanging on by the thread. Alright, so in this one, I'm going to be taking some of your guys' questions. As you guys know, my Create Apps with Python or Python OOP Create Apps course has finally launched. So what I do is I take a cohort of students who join, then we run through a few months, 1, 2, 3 months, or maybe even more, and then we go through that course together. It's not live, it's recorded, right? So when you get it, you actually have lifetime access to it. And then I launch it again. So right now, my course is open and it closes on June 30th. So in 3-4 days from now. Now, in the last few videos, I've talked a little bit about how much value there is in becoming a software developer, right? And kind of the job opportunity, things of that nature. So before I start, let me ask you guys, are you guys interested in becoming a software developer and why? I kind of want to hear your reasons why you're looking into becoming a programmer. So let me know below and I kind of want to see that. Nice. But this is kind of cool, because I can just hold this up. Show you guys a little bit about my office here. Okay, so Ajax says freelance. What else? Because I love being creative, whatever is in my mind. I want to create mobile apps. Always interested in programming. My job ends on... Tom Lynch! I remember you, man. That's awesome. I mean, I don't know if that's awesome. You say your job ends in 7. Freelance for fun. I want to give it a try. Okay, so I'm gonna probe a little bit further and a little bit deeper. Okay, so I got a lot of things like I want to be creative. I want to just try out something new. So why programming? Why not literally anything else? Why not computer networking? I love the fact it's all really based on imagination. Python for web development. Bring your ideas to life. Okay, those are really cool reasons. Cody just joined our course recently. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying that you want to do this because, one, let me get this right, you like the challenge. 2, because you can take what's in here, make it a reality. 3, how about this one? Doing something, you know, when you create a solution or you solve a problem, all of a sudden it can be scaled instantly to millions of people. Does that kind of sound important? Hell yeah, yeah. So, you know, that's exactly, you know, I'll tell you one of my reasons was because I did computer networking and kind of hated it. Oh my God, like I was going to college and my brother was like, hey, why don't you do something so you're ahead of other people? So while I was going to college, I thought, I don't want to just, you know, not do anything or kind of figure out life by default. This is something I talk about a lot, right? Like, do you guys know how sloths survive? So let me tell you how sloths survive. They're so slow, right? They're so slow. They are weak. They just drag along everywhere. So how in the world have this survived till now? How is that a possibility? One very interesting thing is that sloths live on branches, okay? They live on like trees, but like on top of it, and they just kind of hold on to a branch and they live there. Now, the thing about them is that they don't really take in a lot of, they don't eat a lot of food and stuff because they don't spend that much energy. So because they're just literally chilling, Netflix and chilling pretty much the entire time, minus the Netflix. And they just kind of, you know, that's how they survive. They need to eat very less. Now, the animals that are at the top that can actually get to them are not really interested in eating them because those animals are usually smaller. The animals at the bottom, which are really giant, really huge, and can then come at the top and then out. But the problem is that when they try to get to where the sloths are, they end up breaking those branches, right? Those branches end up breaking and they end up falling. So they can't eat them. And so when I found this out, first of all, I thought it was really cool. I thought, oh my God, you know, that's pretty weird, but, you know, that's how sloths actually survive and live up to 20 or 30 years. And then I was thinking, holy shit, sloths survive by just existing. Like they literally survive by just existing. They survive by default, okay? So, to relate it back to when I was kind of going to college, I didn't want to survive by just existing, which was any job opportunity that comes my way, I kind of accept it. Literally any opportunity, like any college that comes your way, you kind of accept it. Any first job opportunity that comes your way, you accept it. And a lot of the times you even accept working 9 to 5, doing lots of tedious, soul-crushing, paper shuffling kind of work. And you find out that it's like 30 years that you've been doing this, and then you kind of just spent your whole life. Like my uncle, he was half a year from retiring. He worked for this company for 29 years, and he was going to start getting a pension and everything from them. And then what happened was he got sick, and he couldn't work, so he had to quit. And no pension for him. And he literally has to survive off of whatever little money that he's going to start getting in Social Security income. And then he has like 4 kids that kind of have to survive off of that. So, for me, I personally saw a lot of that and a lot of just kind of like people have this helplessness that happens a lot of the times. Whether it's you don't have enough money or whether you're doing something that makes you miserable. Those all kind of make you helpless. And that's why I wanted to just pick something that allowed me to enjoy, but then also earn a living that I can support not only myself, but other people around me. So I thought, okay, that's going to be computer networking for me. And then I joined computer networking, and I wanted to kill myself in computer networking. But then I joined, but then I started doing computer programming. I found out about it when my oldest brother called me, and he's like, hey, have you ever looked into this thing? And I said, no, but I'm going to check it out. And then I started looking into it, and I said, holy crap, what is this? This is the most amazing thing, because I can take literally what's in my brain and turn it into a reality, right? Like make it a real thing that people can use. So you can do the same thing. You can put something that you made online that people can use, play around with, and it's literally like they're playing around with the ideas that you have in your head, but in reality. And then that's how I kind of got started on this path. But I want to talk to you about, this industry is where kind of the world is heading. So first of all, it's fun. It almost feels like a glitch when somebody pays you to code, because you're thinking it's literally something that I do for fun and I'm getting paid for it. Imagine like you watch Game of Thrones and you get paid for it, or you're sitting there watching House of Cards and you get paid for it. Imagine going for going for this is the only thing that's coming to my mind because I did that a few months ago, like jumping off of a plane and having fun, enjoying your life, or going to Six Flags, and then somebody pays you for it. So literally that's kind of how it was for me. And I was able to get to the level where I was getting paid to code in less than 3 months. And I got a lot of, when I make a video like that, or I even have a video, I get so many people just hating and writing on me basically, and they're going, you can't do this in 3 months and start getting paid. It takes 25 years. And so the reason why I started this Clever Programmer channel was kind of to debunk that myth. I ended up, this was something that I ended up discovering, and I was like, okay, this is not that hard. You don't need to be some kind of math genius. You don't need to be some kind of prodigy to learn computer programming. It doesn't matter kind of how old you are, because I know people who are 60 years old who started, and then they ended up getting a career in this. But now one of my goals was, okay, I want to start a career in this fast. And once I kind of did that, this is something that I wanted to share with other people. How can you then start your own career just rolling and then doing this faster? And here are a few things that I'm going to tell you that will help you. So if you're watching this right now, just close your other tabs. If you have Chrome and everything, just close all of them out. I kind of just want you and I to just be one-on-one here for a second, okay? Put your phone on Do Not Disturb and just relax. Get some popcorn. Get a legal pad. This is what I use a lot. Just really helps me, I write down my ideas here, and that's how, when I'm coding, that's how I solve problems as well. Like, I literally write them down by hand. And that just, it really helps me, like putting things on paper. So that's what I would suggest, because I'm going to give you some really valuable resources that will save you, I don't know, 10 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is not a joke. And those resources are free. And then I also want to share with you some ways of how you can improve your coding skills. So here's one of the really, really important things that you should do, okay? Schools hate them. That's hilarious. Yeah, they do. Here's one of the really important things. So somebody just asked me, how do you start as a beginner? I'm going to tell you right now. I will guide you, okay? One of the main things that you should focus on is play. If you're learning and you want to improve really fast, focus on improving the time you spend playing with it. Okay? So whatever skill it is that you're trying to get, focus on just playing. Then learn later. So if there was a 80-20, right? Something that there's like an 80 up here and a 20 up here, something that you spend short amount of time on, something you spend a lot of time on, a lot of people will tell you, watch you know, a video on Udemy and Coursera and just like learn and then don't do anything else. What you should be doing is spending most of the time not learning theory, but most of the time should be spent actually playing. So 80% of the time should be actually spent playing, and 20% of your time should actually be spent really learning the theory behind things, okay? So if it's computer programming for you, this is what I would suggest. And I want to even go further than that, and I want to say it's almost like 80-10 or 80-15-5, okay? That gets really complicated, but play, build, learn. So most of your time should be spent playing, then the rest of your time should be spent building, and then the rest of your time should be spent learning. And the reason why that's important is because, first of all, you associate fun and enjoyment with that skill. So if it's you want to become a programmer, right, and you don't want to spend years, literally years and years trying to become a programmer, start enjoying what you're doing. And that happens a lot of the times by playing with it, making it kind of natural for you. Then use that to build stuff, okay? And then once you start using it to build stuff, now you have stuff to show for what you did, because that's practical. Like you and I were busy. We don't have all the time in the world to focus on one thing and then just do it for 20 hours a day. You want to spend your time and get the most out of it, right? So when you play and you build, now you have something to show for it, even on your portfolio. So when you're going to get clients for Python and doing freelancing, or if you want to even apply as a software developer, you're building a portfolio as you are going, okay? And then you have, all the way at the bottom, you have learning. So you want to kind of do the learning part, and you want to actually shorten that a little bit. So you want to spend less time learning and more time building things with it, getting shit done. I'm a huge proponent of doing things rather than just passively sitting there and learning, because what happens is that it doesn't become a part of you, and you also don't have anything to show for it. Because a lot of the times what would happen to me is I'd be taking these courses on, and you can write these resources down because they're all free and very valuable. Udemy. Okay, so if anybody knows the spellings of these, please put it in chat. Codecademy, Team Treehouse, Udacity, Coursera, and edX, okay? And all of these guys have, PhDs from UC Berkeley and people who are working for Google and people, whatever, and they're teaching you, and most of them are free, so you can actually pick up those technical skills from right there. But a lot of the times what happens is I'd be taking these courses and we'd be working on really esoteric things. Like, for example, recursive Fibonacci solution, or we'll be working on using the Fibonacci to make this like circle, get the area under the curve using Python. And this stuff improved my coding skills. But at the end of the day, when I got done, I didn't have anything to show for it. I didn't have anything that I could take to my clients. And I don't want that to happen for you guys, because that's how you end up spending years and you don't have anything to show for it at the end of the day. Like when I was actually starting out, one of my friends got a job before I did because I focused so much on the theoretical stuff. He focused more on just building web apps and things, and he knew less than I did. He was way less skilled than I am, and he ended up getting a job faster than I did. He started getting consulting work and freelancing work faster than I did, because all of the things that he was learning, he was building, and then when he went to apply, he had stuff to show for it. He even had recruiters find his stuff on websites like GitHub. They found his activities that he was kind of doing on meetup.com and wherever, like he was going to all these groups. And they're like, you know what, we're going to hire this person because there are actual projects that this guy has, right? Actual work. So that's what I would tell you to focus on. So if you're debating between taking a course from one of these websites and you're trying to think about them, right? Which website should I take a course from? Where should I go? First of all, make sure that the instructor is the right fit for you. And then make sure that what you're learning isn't so theoretical and esoterical. I love you too. You say you love me from Egypt. I love you from Chicago. I'm in Chicago right now. So basically, that's, one of the things. When you build those things, you build projects. Somebody asked me, what do you build? Well, when you're, okay, for example, I'll give you an example. Instead of doing a recursive Fibonacci solution, work on building a tic-tac-toe game. I'll get a lot of hate from developers on this, but, there is a time and place for doing those, like recursive Fibonacci solution and like complicated things with data structures. There is a time and place, but what I want to focus on with you is practical stuff that gets you started. Because look, you don't have so much time. Some of you guys may be 20, 30, 40 years old. Some of you guys maybe have a family. Some of you guys already have a job. You don't have time to learn all this other crap, which is beautiful. It's a lot of fun, but you don't have all this time to learn it. So what I want you to focus on instead is focus on things that build a portfolio for you so you can start working. And once you start earning an income, then all of a sudden you have time for it. If you're working in the IT field right now and you start earning an income from Python, you can go, you know what? I can start dropping some of my work. I can put a few hours into this IT job and more hours into Python. All of a sudden you're learning faster. What should have taken you years is now taking you months. Then you could go even further and just say, okay, I don't want to do IT at all and just switch over to Python. And you can do that as well. Because those things are really important. Like, how do I make that career switch? How do I go from my current job to Python development? And that was another one of those things I didn't see anybody explain, which was, okay, great. This course covers really technical stuff, and I'm picking up lots of technical skills, but how do I go from my current job to becoming a software developer? How do I go from what I'm currently doing to doing programming, doing programming and kind of getting paid for it, because I want to be doing real practical stuff. How do I go on to build a portfolio? How do I know I'm ready to start freelancing? How do I know I'm ready to apply for a job? How do I know where do I go to find clients? How do I know how to keep those clients? What do I say when I'm about to lose a client? And most of these courses aren't even like teaching you a lot of the times a project-based way of learning, but those that do, those are really, 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 really helpful. Some of the courses that have helped me, and you guys could write it down, and you guys actually could go take these courses. They're free. Intro to Computer Science course on Udacity. Write it down. Don't open that tab and go to it yet. You can always go to it later. But this is important. Then you have courses on Coursera, and it's called Intro to Interactive Programming in Python. Unfreaking believable course, and it's actually free of cost. The drawback of those courses is they don't teach you how do you convert to actually making money, how do you even, the projects that you build, put it on your portfolio and all that. But the great thing is that the course has a lot of great valuable information in there. So if you want to improve your technical skills, great place to go to. Again, this is another one of those reasons why I created my Create Apps with Python course. So first of all, I already have like about 150 videos on YouTube, and I have my free course, which is called Learn Python. But the point of my new course, which is called Create Apps with Python, or Python OOP Create Apps, is literally how do you go from knowing nothing to learning Python while building a portfolio, while trying to earn an income as you learn. Because that's what I found the secret was between the people who took years to learn programming versus months. For me, it took me months, like 1 to 2 months, and I was getting paid to code. That's why so many people can't wrap their mind around it, because then what I was able to do is just completely drop the other thing that I was doing and just focus on software development. And then that allowed me to be in a position where, and it can allow you as well to be in a position where you can choose to work for somebody or not. You can choose to hire or fire a client. You can choose to kind of work on your own hours. And then it's fun. like when you're actually working as well. Those are a few of the things that I really like, and I saw that you guys kind of like that as well. So that's what I would suggest, if you're going to take those online courses from the websites that I've mentioned above, make sure that they're project-based and they have something on your portfolio. So when you walk in, you don't look like an idiot, okay? And again, if you're ready to make that leap, that is again one of the reasons why I made this course, teaching you programming skills along with all of the skills that go along with it, right? This is something I explained earlier. Being good at an interview or being good at getting jobs is different than being a good software developer. They're two different things. And the example I always give is in my high school, I was like almost certified dumb. I got a really, really low score on my ACT, which is a standardized test they use in the United States to figure out how intelligent you are, basically. And I got a really low score on that. But at the same time, I was top 1% in the world for chess and still am. So how can somebody be top 1% in chess and kind of know a few things, but then get such a low score on ACT that they are actually, like, they're almost certified dumb? Like, I wouldn't tell anybody. I was so embarrassed. And I'm actually sharing this now. And what I ended up finding out was it's not about how smart you are, it's about how good you are at taking that test. So it's not really capturing your intelligence, it's really focusing on improving those testing skills, those test-taking specific skills. So now let's go back to computer programming and software development. Getting good at interviews is very different. Getting a job and having a good portfolio that lands you clients, gets people to work with you, is very different from being a good programmer. I myself don't have 20 years of experience programming, but I charge my clients like 10 times more than some of my mentors I was working with when I was starting out. And they're rock star programmers who've been freaking working their ass off since they were 5 years old, and they're just like, they know everything inside and out about programming. They can probably program better than they can actually even walk or talk, literally. And then so there are two completely different things. So again, that's what I want to focus on for you. That's my goal for you to be able to make that transition from whatever you're currently doing, from whatever your current job is, to making that switch as fast as possible to the programming field, to the software development field, from going from scratch, being able to create apps, and then being able to actually get clients from it. Okay? So if you guys are interested in my course, or you want to just learn more about it and see what it's about, the link is right below, or it should be. If it isn't, I don't know what I'll have to do, because I'm on my phone and I can't really do anything. My computer isn't coming on. So it is what it is. But my course should be in the links below. Can somebody tell me if it is? It is, right? Okay, beautiful. Oh, my name is Rafik Hazi, Cubers. Okay, so I'm going to start taking questions from you guys now. But yeah, if you guys are interested in course, you want to find out more about it, literally click the link below right now. I stand behind my courses so much. First of all, they give you tremendous value, and hands down, these are the best courses out there. The reason why I know is because I've taken literally every course. I have like 4 certifications from Coursera. I have like 3 certifications from edX. I have taken the courses on Udacity, like 4 of them. Team Treehouse, Codecademy, pretty much everywhere. And then what I didn't find from there is what this course is about. But again, I stand behind them so much that before I was doing a 30-day money back. Now you're not happy for any reason, I'm gonna give you 60 days on it. So for any freaking reason, you're like, hey Kazi, your jokes are not funny anymore, or you're looking ugly and I want to return it, I'm like, sure, no problem, no questions asked. All right, now I'm gonna take your questions. The link is below. Click that link. In the meantime, let's jump into these questions, and I'm gonna try to turn on my computer because it's really pissing me off. gonna have to buy a new computer. All right, Neil Patel says, what about Udemy? I'm gonna have to write down these questions somewhere too because they're moving so fast. Okay, so somebody asked, what about Udemy? Udemy is really good, but it's made by a bunch of old people who, that's what I think, you know. They were running a little tight on their budget, and they're like, crap, we're going to make a course so we can pay the bills for June. And they're like behind a PowerPoint, behind a slide. They have zero passion. They're not interested in what they're teaching you. That's one of my biggest problems with Udemy. If you can get something from Udacity, go there first. Like if you're looking between those academic resources, and you don't really care about making money from Python, then go to, hey Bruce, how's it going? Then go to Udacity. Always go to Udacity first, then go other places. Udemy sucks. Like most people are on Udemy because they always have a 90. I know this because I take so many courses from Udemy, and it's always like, oh, they have a 95% promotion sale going on, so I'm just going to buy 30 courses that I'm never going to take. So that's really what it is. Yeah, I want to shoot myself a lot of the times when I'm going on Udemy. There's no production quality. They make it in like one sitting on a Wednesday. There's like, it just pisses me off because there's no love for this. Like, let me show you, okay, how much love I have for this. Monster. Okay, I have my freaking office over here. I spend all my time making these courses for you guys. Like, I'm a psychopath. Like, I love it so much, and it's built with so much passion. You know, I hire crews. I have software developers working for me. I have marketing development representatives. I have business consultants. I have video editors. And then I work with them, and we work together to make sure that we give you the highest quality and the best material possible. Again, it all started from just me, 0 people, 0 subscribers, just a few months ago, 7, 8 months ago. And this is my passion. This is what I love to teach. This is what I love to do. This is what I'm about. You know, this is not, oh, I want to make some extra cash money and let me make one course over the weekend, put it on Udemy because they'll market it for me. And yeah, hopefully there will be a 90% sale and a bunch of people will buy it. And cool, we get to go to like Mexico and have a nice little vacation with our family. No, like I gave up my clients, I gave up my software development jobs, and the reason why I did that so I can go in fight or flight mode and then just give it all I've got to bring Clever Programmer to the people, to you guys, and bring this message out and the word of software development, how amazing it is out. Okay. All right. Cubers, I'm 2000, not 1900. What types of things go on your portfolio? Let's see. You build a web app using simple frameworks with Python, Flask, which in this course I'm actually going to show you. I'm going to have videos on Flask as well. In my course, I go over where do you get clients, how can you earn an income while learning Python. This is one of the biggest secrets. Once I found this out, it helped me make a switch to programming in months, not years. And once I found this out, I helped my best friend quit his soul-crushing, paper-shuffling, tedious job at CVS that he was doing from 9 to 5, making $13 an hour to making $75 an hour with the clients that he was working with, and he was making about $7,000 to $8,000 a month doing computer programming, software development in a few months. So it is possible. The reason why I don't like to always throw these numbers out, people are like, can you guarantee my success? Sorry, Cody, I'm going to throw you under the bus here, but I can only put the path for you there, like my oldest brother did for me, like my coding mentors did for me. I want to kind of return that favor, but you do have to put in the effort. When I started out, I was putting in 20 hours a day. My mentor would come at 7 p.m. and he would see me working at this co-working space, and then he would help me, and then he would leave at 9 p.m. He would go to sleep at 10 p.m., whatever. He'd wake up, he'd go to his job, he'd come back, and he would come back and I would still be working there. My eyes would be like red bloodshot and I'd be solving a coding problem or doing a coding challenge. And then also what it made me realize was that's not practical for most of you guys. That's impossible for most of you guys, right? That's not, you guys have things going on. And so how can I make this so you get the most practical stuff and it gets you results in the least amount of time? I'm not saying the least amount of effort, but the least amount of time gets you real results. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, no, that's okay. For how do you get high in code? I don't get high. That's okay. If this course is a serious investment, and I understand that, but it literally has material that can change your life, and it took me months of time to make this into the best course possible. I do have 160 videos that are completely free of cost all over on YouTube, and then my Learn Python course is also completely free with exercises, quizzes, and everything. So if this is too expensive for you, that is completely fine. There are courses available that I have that you don't have to pay a penny for. But if you're interested in this course, which you should be, if you're serious about this, at least take a look into it. The link is below, and then decide for yourself whether this is an investment you want to make or not. But this course does close. This course closes on Friday, June 30th, and then it'll be probably many months before I launch it again. So what I like to do is I get the students and then I want to focus on them. I don't want to talk about this course. I don't want to spend any time outside of working with the students who are taking this course. And then also, anytime any new videos get added, anytime any new live interviews, if I do for this course, get added, or any bonus content that gets added, you have lifetime access to everything for free if you join this course. So if the price increases for this course later on, which it probably will because I keep adding so much stuff to this, you'll have access to it for free of cost. So you don't have to pay a single penny once new stuff gets added. That's what happened to all the students who joined it the last time it launched. It was way cheaper, and every time anything got added, it was free of cost. So the way this course is really different. It's very simple. I put money back. I focus on putting money back in your pocket. Most Python courses or most courses on programming teach you technical skills only, and they don't focus on putting money in your pocket. So you're not making anything. They just charge you what they charge you. My course focuses on making sure to kind of put that back in your pocket. All right. I'm in a coding boot camp right now for a Java course. Is it a good idea to learn Python simultaneously? Should I learn statistics and R before I learn Python? So I'm going to answer that question. There are too many things going on, and you need to just narrow down and focus on one thing. So don't worry so much about languages. Worry about the concepts. If you started with Java or R, and it's been years, you don't need to make that switch. It doesn't make sense. If you're just starting out, languages don't matter. The concepts do. The reason why I mention Python, and I'm a big proponent of Python, and I preach Python, and I say start with Python, is because 1, it's the easiest. 2, it's one of the most highly trending. It just beat out Java in popularity last year. And 3, it's one of the most highly paid. It's literally up there with JavaScript and all those languages that get paid the most. So, and it's used in the biggest companies you can imagine. Instagram, Google, YouTube. It's probably even used at NASA for like doing data science stuff. So from all the way web development to data science, Python's got you covered. It's like United Autos Insurance, 773202. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. I need some books to go hard. Here's a book. It's called Python Programming. Incredible book. It's not my book. I will probably write a book soon. But get this. Really freaking good book. Unbelievable. What do you recommend for resources like... Oh, God damn it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Somebody did a super chat, which is so cool. This is the first time somebody did a super chat with me, so this is actually really exciting. He just paid $5. Thank you so much. I do apologize because I'm on a live stream on my phone, and any message that comes up, it just goes away and hides. So unless I see it, it kind of goes away. So I try to write it down, but I think you asked me something along the lines of what kind of book can I get? After the live stream, I'll try to find your message and reply back to you. But what I will say is that this is a good resource, really good resource to start off with. Focus on learning the concepts first, and then you can switch to any programming. Okay, so any language. So for example, if you pick up Python, then you can switch to JavaScript in like 2 days. Not a big problem. Okay, what do you recommend for resources / books for people who want to learn Python to work in, finance, electronics? Okay, so again, good book to get started off with. I do have experience. So I also have lots of students who are like PhDs and then going for their masters at UFC. I have another student she's going for her PhD at UFC. And I was coaching her when I was like 19 years old. So I've just been doing crazy stuff since, like, just I just go really hard when I jump into something. And one of the things that, for her, she's trying to learn all these skills, and still what I recommend for a lot of them is start with basics. People who want to do complicated things will look into complicated things and they'll think they're past the basics, and then their programming skills are absolute shit. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. My students who are going to get their PhDs were way worse programmers than some of my students who didn't know anything about programming, and they even thought they were dumb, but they learned way better and they were much, much, much better. You mean UFC? Somebody just said UFC. UFC is awesome. I love watching UFC. One of my students also goes and does trading. So for trading, there are also frameworks in Python that you can use. Focus on becoming a better developer, and then you can actually leverage these big frameworks for things like trading, and basically you can use those frameworks then. And you won't need to know any math or any crazy stuff behind them because it'll take care of it for you. That's why I love software development. The book name is, somebody please write the book name for him, but the book is called Python Programming: An Introduction to Computer Science by John Zell. And people who spend time buying things like this, books like this, somebody even in my Slack channel was asking questions, and I kind of got upset at him. I shouldn't have, but it's like 3 sodas, guys. Like, you're gonna spend this time. Oh my God, Austin, thank you so much. Somebody sent $1. This is crazy. It's like live streamers when they get money. It's just cool. It's like $5, $1. Like, you just bought me, like few more of these monsters. Thank you, guys. Like, this is what it takes for me to code for you and make those videos. So the more you get me of these monsters, the more training sessions you'll have. There's some super chat option. But seriously, you should not be asking, should I invest in getting this book? Like, there's something wrong with you if that happens, because this is worth like 3 sodas. It's like $15, maybe $10. So in knowledge, invest first and then think later. All these always have a money back guarantee. So you get it and you don't like it, you can literally read like half of it and then return it. That's a cheap thing to do. I don't recommend it. I never do it. But if that's what you're worried about, spending that money, which you were going to invest in probably sodas or, I don't know, HBO or Netflix subscription anyways, or your extra phone bill, like, it's much better to spend it here. Yeah, like, don't be so hesitant of spending when it comes to knowledge and learning things. Like, I'm so crazy, I bought a $4,000 course. I actually have a video on it, and that course is called, Zero to Launch. And it's a business course, and it helped me take Clever Programmer to where it is right now. From 0 to, well, I can't give it all the, of the credit, because I work really hard. But yeah, it's a $4,000 course. Go look it up. It's called Zero to Launch. I even have a video on actually buying it live and what I was thinking before making that purchase. It's a 59-minute long video. But even few things that I got from it were just so incredible. But you know, there's a reason why Clever Programmer went from 0 subscribers to over 55,000 subscribers in a few months. You know, and thanks to you guys, because if you guys are not here, there is no channel, right? It doesn't exist. So if you're not here, literally right now, sitting here watching this channel doesn't exist. So like, I need you, and that's what's like valuable for me. And that course taught me how to connect better with you and help you out better. And that's what I've been focusing on, okay? Yeah, and that's just one of the courses. Like, I have so many freaking courses that are really, really, you know, expensive. But when you think of the return on investment, they're not that expensive because of the things that they teach you. Like, for example, let's say you paid $1,000 for a course. It teaches you how to get a client. Let's say you get 3 clients. 3 of these clients pay you $50 a month. Or sorry, $50 an hour. Yes, my course does have a mastermind group. Okay, anyways. So let's say they pay you $50 an hour. That's $150. If you have 4 sessions with them in just 1 month, that's 150 times 4. That's $600 in 1 month. That's $1,200 in the next month. You've paid off the $1,000 course in just 2 months. One of the students at Clever Programmer tried one of our strategies, and in 72 hours, she had booked 3 clients. She went from $13 an hour to having 3 clients paying her $60 an hour. And she was working full-time at a job that she hated. And so this just kind of freed her up. Yeah, Zero to Launch, it's a really expensive course, but if you're serious about business, it's a pretty damn good course. What kind of programs do you recommend? Thank you guys. I love the super chats coming in. This is so crazy. Okay, is there any major difference between the videos I upload on YouTube and the course? That's a really good question. There absolutely is a ginormous difference. I can't control how I put things on YouTube. For example, if I want to put a challenge for you, there's no nice way for me to put it in the course. If I want to lay it out in the best way possible, I don't have control over that. If I want to make a change to something, I can't do that as well because things are kind of set in stone. If I want to email you a specific video that's time sensitive, or there's like a specific opportunity that I think you should look into or apply, I don't have a way of connecting with you from YouTube so easily. So when you get the course, all of that stuff is in one place. Like, for example, I have 170 videos online right now, and you could probably just look at them and learn a lot of things and then try to put the pieces together. That's what I always did. Spend thousands of hours trying to put the pieces together. Like, for example, it took me 2 years to learn how to make a web app. I can teach you in 1 hour. I swear to God, I've done this for so many of my students who took one-on-one lessons with me. 1 hour I can teach you that, or even less. And that was something that took me 2 years alone because I never wanted to invest in myself, and I just wanted to put the pieces together. I wanted to take every free course, and I did, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it just takes extra time. So if you have extra time, then you can, if you have extra time, then you can watch the videos on YouTube and try to put it together. But in the course, it's in a nice linear structure, step by step for you to follow. So then you get the right stuff at the right time, and then you get the most results. So that's really what it is. It's just packaged together perfectly for you, saving you time, saving you money. Okay? So you don't have to get 10 different courses. This one course is, kind of covers most of those things. Now, once you start earning an income while you learn, which is one of the key things, I think, then you can go and invest in more technical courses, which is also something that I did. Then I got really technical courses. What kind of programs do you recommend to write for beginners? Programs that I recommend, thank you for the super chat. That was really cool. The programs I say that beginners should write, and write this down, Tic-Tac-Toe, great program to write that down. rock, paper, scissors. In my free course, I actually go over how to do rock, paper, scissors for completely free, full project for you, and you can take that course for free on my website, on cleverprogrammer.com. That's another great thing to do. Some other ones that are fun to do is like basic web apps. Those are another ones that are fun programs that you can do. Or like a snake game where you're like a little snake going around and then you're collecting those little coins. Those help your skills and also show people you can build real world apps, making them more likely to pay you to code for them. How many money you invested through your programming learning days? A lot. What I would do is all the hourly income that I made from chess, and I was even back even in that day, I was charging clients like $150 an hour to coach them in chess, and all the money. But that that happened like a little bit later, like before, even when I was making $50 or $35 an hour, coaching clients for chess. What I would do is I don't think of my money as this one static thing. I think of it as a very dynamic thing, meaning I didn't think of it as money. I just thought of it like I can use it to trade skills. So for example, all the money I made for chess, I hired, like first of all, I invested by getting online courses or books like these, or hiring mentors and then working with them one-on-one. So I used my chess money to help me improve faster in programming. It's not that I won't get there, it's just it takes you longer to connect the dots. But when you have somebody who knows the ropes, who knows where you are right now, where you need to go, who knows your weaknesses, who can challenge you in the right way, that improves your speed by years, seriously. So those were some of the things that helped me personally a lot. And so I switched, basically I used my chess skills to become better in Python skills. Sorry, I'm missing your guys' question. Can you give a tip for teenagers? I don't know about that. Python or Java for first. Python for first. How easy is Python for someone who knows some Perl? Very easy. Could you explain the mindset between the definitions index? That's very technical. Advantages of the Mastermind Group. Advantages of the Mastermind Group. Okay, how many people are here? Okay, so, yeah, so sorry guys, what is this? This is crazy. We lost so many people. Okay, hopefully you guys are coming back and reconnecting. That kind of sucks. This is so annoying. My phone is not dead, but the problem that happened, yeah, I'm alive. The problem that happened is that it disconnected because of this Wi-Fi. It's just like everything, the computer died when I came in here. And it's still dead, and then the Wi-Fi died, so I switched to LTE, RIP data. So thank you guys for those super chats and those $5, $10 super chats, because they'll probably pay for my data fees because I'm going live. Thank you. I will not be stopped. That's right, Cody. I can't be stopped. Stupid networks can't stop me. Yeah, I'm up for a game of chess. If you guys ever want to play. So, yeah, what was I talking about? I even forgot. Anna, my chess rating is 2,000. Yeah, Mastermind Group. So, Mastermind Group, again, what I was talking about was, why is Mastermind Group helpful? Which is actually, if you get this course and you pay $47 extra, you get the Mastermind Group. Now, why would the Mastermind Group be helpful? Let me explain. Again, for mentors, you pay them $100, $150 an hour, and that's just 1 hour of your time, each time, right? This Mastermind Group is a one-time fee, and you even get access to me, and you get access to over hundreds of other students who have already joined this course. So anytime you need help, you can ask us. If you are stuck with a client, you don't know what to say or how to keep them, you can ask us. We can help you. And it's just a one-time fee. So in my mind, it's like, it's free, it's because of the value that it brings to you. So that's why I would say the Mastermind Group is pretty helpful if you're seriously looking into this. If you want to get it later, that generally doesn't happen, because I don't want people joining the group halfway throughout the course. I want people to join the group and have to do between where you are right now and then starting to freelance or starting to apply for a job, and how to know when you're ready to apply for a job, and how to know when you're ready to start freelancing. So all those things are explained in this course as well. You can make a game with Python, yes. You can also create Android apps with Python. So Python is very powerful. If you're looking for web development, you can also do that with Python, and it pays a lot. You can pretty much do most of the stuff in Python, yes. And Python makes you very productive, which is why I love it the most. So from moving from beginner to easy level, do you recommend only practice and 20% theory? Yes. Moving from beginner to easy level or intermediate level, focus on projects and less theory. So do watch the courses, but watch the stuff that's hands-on, not the stuff that's... In this lesson, we're going to be talking about how lexical closures are very useful in programming and why garbage collection is one of the most important things you can do. Absolute garbage. Sorry to say, but it's just a fact. And a lot of times they do this to fill the quota for the course and have enough videos so they can justify it and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Yes, it's useful, but there's a time and place for it, not when you're a complete beginner. It's useful when... I'm not 28, I'm 22. It's useful when you are at a higher level and you are a better programmer and you're intermediate or advanced, then those things are going to be very important to you. But in the start, absolutely not. So practice more than you just like sitting back and like learning theory. So yeah. Because a lot of the times what happens is a lot of the people get too in on their heads, and you guys know those people who think they're like so smart and they always are like trying to one up you, but they're actually lacking in knowledge and they're lacking in the real skills, and everybody who meets them knows that. You can kind of see it on their face when you talk to them. That's what happens when people only focus on, right? The worst people, seriously. And that's what happens when people only focus on sitting there literally breathing, because it's not hard to watch videos, right? Because you can just literally sit there and just breathe and just watch those videos. And that's what these people a lot of the times do, and then they just say technical jargon that they don't even understand, which is why practicality first, and then everything else comes after it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but then you should do it like after it, and you should do it less than you actually spend time building things. Okay. Udacity is really good. Don't listen to Venaro. What the hell are you talking about, Venaro? Siakazi, going back to your OP course now. Beautiful. We have a few students who joined the course. One of the students who joined the course, I wanted to read off to you guys why people are joining this course. The number one reason, because I ask people, but I can't because I don't have access to my other phones or my laptop or anything else. I'm on my phone. So I'm going to paraphrase it, but when I was driving the car to coming here, I saw my notification, I looked at the email, and this person was saying that, I'm about 29 years old, I don't have time to waste, I have a family, and then he also said that he doesn't, like most of the other courses he was taking are boring to death, whereas my courses are very fun and interactive. I'm alongside you. I'm like side by side to you when we're going through these courses. I'm not hiding behind okay guys, today we're going to learn about, God, I almost put myself to sleep. So that's not what it is, and it's very practical. So I get you to focus on learning practical skills that are real world by helping you build real world projects and getting past the basics and mastering Python as fast as possible. So that is kind of I just made somebody yawn. So yeah, that's what that person said to me. They said, look, I don't want to be a sloth and just kind of not take action, live a life of indecision, do things by default because they were the only things that came my way. And that is my reason for joining this course, because I want to kind of step it up, make this serious investment, and take it to the next level. Okay? So that's what it is. And again, I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee because I'm just so behind my course, because I just know it's the best. You know, anytime you don't like it, I give you a refund, no questions asked. So, yeah, I'm 100% behind this. I think this will be really, really helpful for you, even if you're remotely serious, and especially if you're looking for something to help you go from where you are now, maybe at a current job, to then switching over. And there's no prerequisite, so you don't need to learn. You don't need to take my free course, learn Python beforehand, and you guys don't need to do. You don't even need to know any Python from beforehand. You can start from completely scratch. Are there any disadvantages for living outside the U.S., for example, getting clients the way you're teaching us in your course? If you're living outside of the U.S., there isn't that much of a disadvantage. When I mention specific resources, that might be sometimes a disadvantage because those resources might not exist in your country. But for the most part, the same ideas apply for getting the clients. The same thing applies. Like, for example, if I tell you one website, but that website doesn't work for United States, I bet there's something exactly the same in your country, 100%. You literally have to just Google a website like Yelp, but in India, or a website like this in, I don't know, Germany. So that's really going to be the only difference. But all of the principles, all of those rules apply. It doesn't really matter what country you're in if you're taking this course. If I pay for your course, will you take that money and get an orthodontist to fix your teeth? I probably will. I have a messed up tooth right here. It's like a Dracula kind of thing going on, and I was kind of born with it. So yeah, I probably will. If you get that course, email me and I'll do that and send you a video. Are the videos in the course the same as the free ones? Absolutely not. It's a paid course. It's a premium course. And that content is not available anywhere else. It's exclusively available on Clever Programmer once you join this course. Bada bam, bada boom. Can I make the course free? No, because when you guys pay for this course, I reinvest and just make it so much better. So, yeah, this course is not for free. And then there's a whole company now at Clever Programmer that we're running to make it the best and just leave all the competition in the dust. A lot of the times people think life is a zero-sum game. If I win, then you lose, or if you win, I lose. That's not how it is. Meaning that if somebody pays for the course, they think that they're just losing money and it's not possible for them to make money. It's like a lose for them. That's almost never the case. Almost every course I've paid for, I've made 10 to 20 times that because of what I learned. For example, Udacity's course called Intro to Relational Databases. I remember taking that course, and that course alone, because I was already advanced, this course is not for beginners, absolutely not. Because I was already advanced at the time, when I learned those key things from there, even though I was paying Udacity $200 a month, I made like over $30,000 in just a few months because of what I learned and then what kind of jobs I could do based on that course. So just because I paid Udacity doesn't mean that I lose. It's like Udacity won, and then I won as well. So, yeah. If I start as a beginner, how long? God, these questions are moving so fast. I want to pay for the course, but I'm scared how this will help me as an engineer, not interested in being a developer. F. Kanyako. This course teaches you the principles of getting good at getting clients, one, and it teaches you how to create apps with Python. You can use those apps and you can get more complicated with it and make it really engineering type and not go the web development route, so you can do that. But yeah, so that's what I would recommend. And again, you have 60 days to return it. If you take it for 40 days and go all out and try everything, or you take it for 59 days, go all out and try everything, and all of a sudden you're like, look, it's just not, it doesn't have that engineering aspect or whatever, there's no guilt, there's no remorse. I don't ask you any questions. I refund you. Because, look, your one payment isn't going to really affect anything. My main goal for you is to get the skills that you need for you to make that transition as fast as possible to the programming field. And I want 1 million people to become developers. That's one of my goals. You know? Like one of the other reasons that I do this is because my dad is really old and my mom is really old, and they were really crappy planners, so they really So one of my main goals that drives me all the time is I want to give them a really, really good retirement. And that's actually one of the things that kept me going in the software development world. And I pushed myself so hard at a much, much, much younger age, so then I can kind of do that for them. And they just have a ton of problems, like health problems, basically. And I hate when we have to go to like these Cook County hospitals, and if there's an emergency, I have to take them in, and we have to wait like 9 hours. I think I've mentioned this before, but my dad like got hypernatremia. He's a super healthy guy, played soccer his whole life, and he kind of got hypernatremia when we went to the hospital. And what happened was a doctor would come in, he would learn what was going on with him. We didn't know he had hypernatremia. Hypernatremia is when your sodium levels are really fatally high, like you could die high. So he was having seizures and all this stuff, and it kind of happened out of nowhere. He's a fit, healthy guy. He's old, but he's healthy. And we went to the hospital, and a doctor would come in, spend 15 minutes with us playing catch up of like what the nurse said and everything. He'd get caught up, and as soon as he got caught up, his shift was over, and then like a new doctor would come in, and then that new doctor would try to diagnose the problem, figure it out. Before he did that, he would get caught up with all the notes from the nurse and the previous doctor. So once he would get caught up with all those notes, his time was up. And because of that, my dad almost pretty much died because nobody could figure out that he was suffering from hypernatremia, because it's so easy once they figure it out. They just figure out how to bring your sodium levels down and you're fine. But they couldn't figure it out because they barely spent 15 or 20 minutes with him. So I never wanted to be in a situation that could happen. One of my goals I always used to say, I want to get you guys a private doctor. That just, even since I was young. So those are some of my goals that kind of drive me past just like superficial stuff. Like, yeah, I'm young. I want to do crazy stuff, jump off planes, go out with friends, buy them drinks and all that. But those are some of the things that drive me. Or like being with my family all the time, or friends all the time without worrying about work and all this other stuff. That's what kind of drives me. Let me ask you, like, what kind of drives you guys, and what kind of things, what would it mean for you if you have the ability to kind of work remotely, choose your own hours, your own clients, and then have enough where you're financially like free, essentially? Like, what does that mean for you? How much amount of money you invested to learn coding? Money in the fund. Okay, money in the fund. Cool. Same as you. Cool. Partners lucky to have you. Cool. I would make it rain. That's a pretty damn good goal. I'm all for that. Freedom, success, happiness. I love that. No 9 to 5. I can't stand normalcy lifestyle. Normalcy and being average is what kills me every single day. And I want to run away from it more than anything. I'd rather be the worst at something than be average at it. Can you take this course working second shift as a job like it is time-based at your own pace? It's time-based at your own pace. It's not a live course, and you have lifetime access to it. So you can take this course anytime. And the reason why I made this course is even if you're working second job and you're working on a second shift, I teach you just enough, and I give you enough practical stuff to get you going and help you start earning an income while learning Python as fast as possible, so you don't have that pressure, constant pressure that you have a lot of the other times when you're making that switch. They're just like, quit your job and then just do programming. It's like, I have a family to feed and I have my own bills to pay. How am I going to just quit my job and just do this? So yeah, there you go. So it's possible for you to do this part-time. That's one of the reasons I want to teach you the most practical stuff in the least amount of time. Click the link below if you want to get this course now, or you want to check it out. The link is below. I think it's something like cleverprogrammer.2/create-apps-with-python. There you go. What is the best place to find work programming? Many different places. It depends where you interview, where you apply. For freelancing, you can even look at something like Upwork.com and then look for Python jobs. But then the problem that comes up is, how do I know I'm ready to apply there? How do I stand out from the crowd? And what experience do I need before I start applying there? So those are the things I cover in this course as well. Once you guys join this course, message me in the YouTube thing and tell us why you joined it, so we can see what your reason behind this is, and let me know, because I have absolutely no way of knowing when anybody's joining. God, I hate that. Okay, Shreyas asks, are you going to teach something here? I'll teach you something. When you're doing coding, don't always do programming like on a keyboard. Before you ever start coding a problem or coming up with a solution to either a project or a specific programming problem in Python, Java, whatever, write it. Write it with hand and understand the logic in English or in the language of your choice. Understand that and then go from there. I joined yesterday because I want to be able to provide for me, my fiance, and my future life. I think that's what Cody says. It totally makes sense. You know, I love that. What were you doing before, Cody? You want to tell that to everybody? And tell us how you think of the course so far, because you've taken the course a little bit. So tell us a little bit about it. Yeah, and in the meantime, I'm going to answer that question. Write it down in English, understand it like dead on, then start coding it. It's going to save you thousands of hours of your time, and you're welcome. Kazi's like the Jesus Christ look-alike. He only pick up questions and answers them like a family guy. There you go. Perfect description. After your beginner's course, what course is preferred? I can't afford your OOP course. There are a lot of videos that I have on YouTube, and then there are a lot of, yeah, there's a ton of videos, and I even have some SQL stuff, I have Code Academy stuff, so there's a ton of stuff that you can keep learning on YouTube. Harvard's ethics course, really good. Game design, graduated in summer, can't find a job in games, so I figured, okay, so he graduated, I think, as a software developer in games, and he couldn't find a job. That brings me to another point. One of my biggest problems, and again, the reason behind the Start Clever Programmer, was I saw a ton of my friends, college students, who graduated, and then they got really sad that they couldn't get a job, because a lot of the times, the skills taught in colleges are like the polar opposite of what real world people are looking for when you're applying to those places. And that's why you have a lot of trouble getting those jobs. And then you wonder, why do I have $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 worth of loans? Yeah, again, you know, my course doesn't need you to have a college degree or any experience, and it just focuses on getting you going as fast as possible. Cody says the course is awesome so far. Kazi will give you feedback in the Slack channel, and yep, I do. So yeah, look at that. So even with all the crazy shit that I'm doing, I will give you feedback and everything. Should I do IT or CS in college? CS, I hate IT. Computer science is the way to go, man. I just enjoy it a lot, you know. IT has a future as well, but I did IT, and I wanted to kill myself every day. I'm starting something class. I want to know if I have college. Vaclav says, I'm really think to sign up, but it's a lot of money for me. So anyway, thank you for your videos. It really helps. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're on the fence, guys, you know, ask me questions and ask me what's going on. And I want to be able to help you. Okay? So if you are interested in looking into it, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're interested and you're at the verge of buying it, alright guys, sorry. The thing is going to start going offline quite a bit now, because lots of people are getting this course and joining the course. So I'm probably going to shut off the live video, because every time somebody gets the course, I get a call. And then I have this automated thing that I've coded up and programmed. So it tells me your name, and it tells me what course you just got. So that's, yeah, I've automated it because programming is awesome. Yeah. But it'll keep distracting the live event that we're doing. So I don't want you guys to get annoyed by it. You know what I mean? But yeah, in the meantime, go click that link, check out the course, get the course. Here's what I'll tell you. If you're on the fence, get the course, try it out, and then you can, again, I can guarantee you're going to love it. But if it's not the right fit for you, again, I have a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's not offered any other course. Look at any other course on Udemy or anywhere else. They all have 30 days. I stand behind, you know, what I'm telling you guys, and I wouldn't tell you to do anything that I wouldn't do. We're probably going to get more clients. Will I be able to pick up chicks after taking your course? Absolutely. That's actually one of the main things that's taught in the course. By learning computer programming and then, you know, getting the jobs you want, you'll probably have the confidence to pick up the chicks that you want. Man, this gets so deep. Do you accept PayPal? Yes, it accepts PayPal. I'm also a nice human being, and I have a payment plan for you guys as well, so you can break it down in 3 months if you can't pay for it once. Booger Thai, I don't want to answer that question. It's way too specific, doesn't help anybody else. Paul Garcia, what was your question? I'm sorry, I keep missing it. Piyush, yes, you can pay using debit card. Yeah, you can pay it using debit card. What type of Python programming did you do to make money? Game, web app, bug bounty? Web apps, gaming, there isn't a lot of money, unfortunately. Are you comfortable telling us your income range that you're raking in at this point in your life with all the coding knowledge you have? I will tell you that like last 1 or 2 years, I've been consistently making over like $100,000. So, and that was when I was 20 and 21 years old. So yeah, that's what I will openly tell you guys. What was the longest line of code that you have written? Not a month, a year. Longest line of code. And again, keep in mind that I'm also working on my own terms. Like, for example, when I go to California and I'm going with my brothers or I'm going out with my friends to ski lift or skydive or whatever, a lot of the times I'm declining clients. So if I just want to go all out, and you can, then obviously you can earn a higher level income. So. Will, yeah, I stopped doing lots of donations, but it's actually a lot of fun when you guys did Super Chat. Before, I think I used to have a lot of donation things because the channel was kind of starting out, and now I don't want to do that. I just want to, you know, if it's free material, I want to just have it be free and not have you guys worry about donating or anything. But if it's a paid course, a paid course. If you still want to donate or you want to kind of support the channel, because it is helpful, you know, because off of donations, I'll get things like this. Beautiful microphone, and then all the quality of the videos are great. You can go to the Patreon channel. So I think it's called like patreon.com/cleverprogrammer. And then you can become a patron, and then it's like a monthly thing. No, I'm not getting annoyed by your guys' questions. All right, so guys, this is it. I'm probably gonna take some more questions for like 30 seconds and then I'm out. This is longer. Thank you, Omar Gomez, for sending the $2. It's really cool. Another monster for me. Take very few questions, guys. I gotta run. I gotta get going. In the meantime, check out the course. It's in the link below. Create apps with Python. Helps you land clients. You get lifetime access for this. It's a no-nonsense, practical Python projects and applications that you can start putting on your portfolio. I teach you how to get clients, where to get clients, how to keep clients, how you can make the transition to becoming a software consultant in less than 3 months, and much more. All of this cover in this course. I sound like a radio host, but you know, it is what it is. It's true. The link is below, cleverprogrammer.to/create-apps-with-python. Somebody please put it in the chat. That would be great. But the link should be in the description below unless something weird happened. The next live stream, I think, happens 2 p.m. Thursday on Pacific time. But I'm going to kind of double check that and then schedule it for you guys. IDE, Sublime Text when you're starting out. I use PyCharm, but that's for pros. This thing is like so nice, you know, it's very comfortable. You guys should have like a nice comfortable chair so when you're programming, you know, you can do it like a pro. Yeah, it's a great chair. Okay guys, anybody who gets this course in the next, let's say 15 minutes, you can email me, and then we can also do like a one-on-one, but it'll be like 10 minutes or 15-minute call. Okay, we can do it one-on-one, and I will, you know, if any questions you have about is this even a right decision for me? Do you actually think I'm too old or not smart enough to do this? Should I invest my time and energy with all the stuff that's going on in my family and all the other stuff that I'm doing? Is this a career switch that I can actually be making? I will give you that call free of cost to you, okay? But if you join in the next 15 minutes, so that will be one of those things that's like the bonus, okay? But other than that, guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much. As always, I love you guys. This channel is seriously wouldn't exist without you. We are 55,000 subscribers plus strong and only growing. And let's get to 60,000, 70,000, 100,000. Right? Let's do this thing. Thank you guys. Take care. As always, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.